His closest friend was Jonathan. Who is the Bible's composer, Arnold?
David.
That's correct. These questions are on the subject of great canals. Answer these questions about the waterways that I described. 45 kilometers in length, this canal was opened in 1931, designed to circumvent Niagara Falls and the river Dino?
Welland.
That's right. 98 kilometers long, this canal was completed in 1895. Dino?
Suez.
That's incorrect. It shortens the North Sea-Baltic Passage and is on the South Danish-German border. Confederation? It is the North Sea or Kiel Canal. And finally, this canal eliminates the need for rounding the Cape. Dino?
Suez.
That's right. We move to a 40-point team question. Whichever team is first to answer the scramble will have an opportunity to answer the rest of the questions. Scramble for 10 points. Neon was discovered in the atmosphere in 1898 by 2 British scientists. Name either one of them. Arnold.
Cobalt.
No. Confederation? They were Sir William Ramsay and Morris W. Travers. I'll open up the rest of the questions for both teams. Exactly what were Ramsay and Travers studying when they discovered neon? Dino?
Vacuum.
No? Confederation? Daisy? Liquid air is the answer we were looking for. Neon is used chiefly for filling lamps and luminous. Glenn?
Neon lights.
No, not what we were looking for. It's used chiefly for filling lamps and luminous sign tubes. What is its usual color in lamps, Confederation? Sandra?
Orange.
No, we were looking for red. And finally, neon is classified as what kind of gas? Steve?
A noble gas.
That's correct. These questions now deal with letter additions. I'll be looking for a letter which, when added to a word, creates another word. First of all, what letter do I have to add to a slang word meaning diamonds to get another word meaning pleasant? Steve?
N.
That's correct, for ice and nice. What letter do I have to add to a word meaning exert force to get another word meaning delicate sensitivity? Arnold?
E.
No. Mike?
What?
It is T for act and tact. What letter do I have to add to a word meaning to employ to get another word meaning to join? Steve?
F.
That's right, for use and fuse. And what letter do I have to add to a word meaning fortune to get another word meaning to pull off of? Daisy?
P.
P for luck and pluck. These 2 questions are on the subject of writers. For what Canadian newspaper did Ernest Hemingway write? Arnold?
Toronto Star.
That's right. And under what pseudonym did William Sidney Porter write? Steve?
O. Henry.
That's right. We move now to assigned questions on measurements. The subject is Canadian geography. I'll give each of you a chance at a 10-point question, and if you don't get it, your counterpart on the other team will be able to have it for 5. The following are units of measurement of what physical phenomena? Be specific. First of all, for Daisy, the ohm measures what? Arnold for 5 points?
Resistance.
That's correct. For 5 points. Sandra, the hertz.
Frequency.
That's right. For Mike, stone.
Weight.
That's right. Brian, the furlong.
Length.
That's right. Now we move to St. Matthew's. Arnold, watt.
Power.
That's right. Glenn, the ounce troy.
Mass.
Yep. That's correct, for precious metals. Steve, the radian.
Degrees. Angle measure.
That's correct. And Dino, bar.
Gold.
No, Brian, 5 points. It measures atmospheric pressure. Back into open competition now for both teams. These questions deal with a South American country. Santiago is the capital of Daisy?
Chile.
That's right. Chile has no rivers of any size, but the largest is the Lola. Daisy?
Atacama Desert.
into what body of water does the Loa flow? St. Matthews? Arnold?
The Pacific Ocean.
That's correct. What two countries touch on Chile's eastern Glen?
Argentina and Peru.
No. What two countries touch on Chile's eastern border? Confederation, Daisy?
Argentina and Bolivia.
That's correct. And we end round one with some snappers. Who wrote the Book of Five Rings? Steve?
Tolkien?
No. Confederation? It was Miyamoto Musashi. Why are electrical devices grounded? Steve?
To prevent a short circuit.
We'll accept that to prevent a shock. Name the lawyer who represented the defense in the Scopes trial. Arnold?
Eddie Greenspan.
No. Daisy?
Yeah.
It was Clarence Darrow. And who, until recently, was the starting quarterback of the BC Lions? Arnold?
Mike Dunn.
That's right. We'll take a break there and verify the scores. St. Matthews leads Federation 165 to 100. What did he say?
Did you say Mike? Oh, you did say Mike. Okay, we should 10 points off. Oh, you want to give? Yeah, sure, fine. Okay, give 10 points to Yeah, thanks, Mike. You knew it, so we'll give you a point.
All right, let's get back into competition now with some snappers to open round two. Correction on the score, it's 155 for St. Matthews, 110 for Federation. Who sang the songs Wild Thing and Funky Cold Medina? Mike? That's right. What did Shakespeare mean when he referred to Cleopatra's salad days? Steve?
Before she was queen.
Not quite. Confederation? Any answer? We were looking, Mike?
While she was a vegetarian.
A little more general than that. We're looking for her younger days. The Hindenburg crashed at Lakehurst in what U.S. state? Dino?
Utah.
No. Confederation? Sandra?
Montana.
New Jersey. Audrey, Jacques, and Touchstone are characters from what Shakespearean play? Daisy?
Othello.
No. St. Matthews? Steve?
As you like it.
That's right. Now we move to a what am I question worth 40 points on the first clue. I am a word which is used to represent many things. One thing that I represent is an important part of the I. What am I? Steve?
Cornea.
No. Sandra?
Lens.
No. Clue number two, I am also the reproductive organ of an evergreen conifer of the class, Daisy?
Iris.
No. Of the class, Glenn.
Cone.
That's correct for 30 points. All right, speaking of evergreens, we move into another area of science, biology. To what phylum do mammals belong? Dino?
Mammifera.
No. Federation? Mike?
Ferris.
It is chordata. In what gland is most of the iodine in the body contained? Glenn?
Pituitary.
No. Federation? Daisy?
Adrenal.
The thyroid gland. What element within hemoglobin is used to transport Sandra?
Iron.
That's right. These questions deal with politics. What is the popular nickname of the industrial workers of the world? Arnold?
Proletarian.
No. Federation? Brian?
The labor force.
No, they're known as the Wobblies. What is the only country in the world where women are required to perform, Steve?
Israel.
That's That's right, military service. Who was the youngest man to be elected President of the United States? Mike.
John F. Kennedy.
That's correct. These questions are on the subject of Canadiana. Who was the only Prime Minister of Canada to invoke the War Measures Act? Arnold?
Trudeau.
That's right, during peacetime. Which Prime Minister held office for the shortest period of time? Arnold?
Harper.
No. Mike?
John Turner.
That's correct. Who was the only Prime Minister before 1920 who was never knighted by the British Crown? Arnold?
Mackenzie.
That's right. And there are only three parties that have ever won a majority in federal elections in Canada. Which three parties, Arnold?
Liberal. Conservative. And NDP.
No. Federation, the three parties that won majorities in Canada. Sandra?
Liberals, conservatives, and social democrats.
No, Liberals, Conservatives, and Unionists. Now, these questions are on the subject of art, and we'll pass each team a couple of pictures. Study those for a moment. We're going to start with picture number 924. Number 924 was painted in what century? Brian.
20th?
That's right, 10 points. Who painted number 924? Dino.
Picasso.
No. Federation? Mike.
Rembrandt.
No, it was Wassily Kandinsky. Kandinsky is credited by many as the first creator of what kind of modern painting? Arnold.
Pop art.
No. Federation? Sandra?
Abstract expression.
The answer here is abstraction. I'm not sure if that's...
Yes, we'll accept that.
Okay. Kandinsky spent his later life in France, but in what country was he born? Arnold.
USSR.
That's right. Now let's move to number 925. Number 925 supposedly depicts a mythological event, but what earthbound element? Steve.
Water?
No. What earthbound element dominates the central area of the composition? Brian.
Fire?
No. We're looking for the tree. Sometimes art is as difficult as it looks. This painting, titled Mercury and Argus, is the work of what English master? Dino. No answer? Federation? Mike.
Whistler.
No, it is J.M.W. Turner. Turner is considered a pioneer in what art and literary movement of the early 19th century? Dino.
Impressionism.
No. Federation, Daisy?
Romantic.
That's right. His mature vision of color, light, and weather, as seen in this work, anticipates what later development in French art? Mike.
Impressionism.
That's right. These questions are on the subject of weights and measures. How many kilograms make up a metric ton? Steve.
1,000.
That's right. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is Arnold?
0 degrees Celsius.
That's right. And how many inches are there in a decimeter? Brian?
Decimal 254.
No. In a decimeter, St. Matthews?
25.4.
No, it is 3.937 inches. And we end round two with some more snappers. Name the author of the novel The Negotiator. Arnold?
Right.
No. Daisy?
Zella.
It was Frederick Forsyth. Who is the owner of the Edmonton Oilers? Arnold?
Peter Putnam.
That's right. Who wrote The Great Railway Bazaar? Arnold?
Burton.
No. Federation, it was Paul Theroux. And which explorer discovered Florida? Dino?
Ponce de Leon.
That's right. Take a break there and check our score.
So Charles Cover does have the lowest, shortest period of,
Yeah, even better than Turner. Yeah, or I'm not sure about that. Yeah, but depending on what happens to the
discovered Great Slave Lake in 1771? Arnold?
Mackenzie.
No, it's not Mackenzie. Confederation? Sandra?
Franklin.
It was Samuel Hearne. Which British author wrote, "The rule is jam tomorrow and jam yesterday, but never jam today"? Glenn?
George Orwell.
No. Federation was Lewis Carroll in Alice in Wonderland. Another team question now. We scramble for 10 points. What Russian Tsar tried to introduce Dino?
Nicholas II.
No. What Russian Tsar Confederation tried to introduce to his country Western dress and manners, even forcing men to shave their Eastern-style beards? You have an answer, Confederation? Sandra? No, it was Peter the Great. So I'll open up the remaining questions on Peter the Great to both teams. To what country did Peter the Great travel? Arnold?
England.
Great Britain? We'll accept that. Peter the Great and Russia participated in the Great Northern War in 1700 against what other? Against what other northern power ruled by Charles? Arnold?
Sweden.
That's right. And who succeeded Peter the Great on his death? Arnold?
Catherine the Great.
No. Federation? Daisy?
Catherine Aragon.
No. Catherine the First. Now we move into some questions on mining. Which South African company dominates the world trade in diamonds? Brian?
South Africa.
We're looking for the company, St. Matthews. Arnold?
The Krugerrand.
No, the De Beers Company. What element is mined by pouring superheated water down a shaft in order to extract it? Steve?
Carbon.
No. Confederation, what element is mined by pouring superheated water down a shaft in order to extract it as a liquid? Daisy?
Mercury.
It is sulfur. And which province is a leading world producer of potash? Arnold?
Saskatchewan.
That's right. These questions are, actually this is a list question. Worth 60 points. The first team to buzz gets 10 points for each correct answer up to their first mistake, and then the other team will get a chance to pick it up from there. We're looking for a list. What are the 6 different types of quarks? Sandra?
Top, bottom, charmed, strange. Sideways. Unknown.
No. You get 40 points though. And St. Matthews, you have a chance to get 20 points for the remaining 2 on a list of types of quarks. Do you have an answer?
Mesons.
No. Up and down, the other 2. These questions now are on game terms. Every game has a language of its own. I'll give you a certain term. You tell me what game it belongs to. It has nothing to do with parenthood. In what sport do they talk about mudders? Brian?
Cricket.
No. St. Matthews? Steve?
Rugby.
No, it is horse racing. A horse that runs well on a wet or muddy track is a mudder. In what sport would I hear the term épée? Mike?
Fencing.
That's right. And in what contest is the term pigeon used? Steve?
Badminton.
No? Sandra?
Skeet shooting.
That's right. Questions on Canadiana now. What former publisher of Le Devoir? Dino? No answer. I'll read the rest of the question for Confederation. Former publisher of Le Devoir led the Liberal Party in Quebec from 1978 to 1982. Sandra?
Bourassa.
Claude Ryan. Which Prime Minister gave Canadian women the right to vote in federal elections? Mike?
Dorian.
No? Arnold?
King.
It was Sir Robert Borden. What do the initials CEDA stand for? Arnold?
Canadian International Development Agency.
That's right. We end the game now with a round of snappers. Who is the publisher of the Globe and Mail? Arnold? No answer. Confederation? It is Roy McGarry. What is the English translation of the Italian word fortissimo? Sandra?
Loud.
No? St. Matthews? Dino?
Very hard.
That's right. Who was Jude Foley's cousin in Thomas Hardy's novel Jude the Obscure?
obscura.
No? Daisy?
Rebecca.
Sue Bridehead. What is the scientific name for a series of reactions that allow plants to incorporate atmospheric carbon dioxide? Dino?
Photosynthesis.
No. The series of reactions that allow plants to incorporate atmospheric carbon dioxide into organic compounds. Confederation?
I think we'll accept photosynthesis.
Okay. How is a rabbi different from an imam? Steve?
A rabbi is a teacher, and the imam is
Try Confederation. A rabbi is a Jewish religious leader, and imam is a Muslim religious leader. Who was the general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs during the 1988, Steve?
Harold Valley.
No, the general manager of the Leafs during the 88-89 season. Confederation? It was Gord Stellick. Who wrote the Star Spangled Banner? Mike?
George Gershwin.
No? St. Matthews? Arnold?
Cement.
It was Francis Scott Key. Who was known as the Sun King? Dino?
Louis XIV.
That's right. Which queen remarked, "It's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards"? Dino?
Queen Victoria.
No? Sandra?
The White Queen.
The Queen of Hearts. What is the fifth letter of the Greek alphabet? Glenn?
Epsilon.
That's right. Who is the new coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs? Arnold?
Dr. Carpenter.
That's right. Who is the chairman of the PLO? Arnold?
That's an airplane.
That's right. What is the boiling point of water in... Steve?
273 Kelvin.
No. The boiling point of water in Fahrenheit. Sandra?
163.
No, it is 212. How quickly we forget. Who is the new editor-in-chief of the Montreal Gazette? Arnold?
Jeffrey Stevens.
No. Confederation? Mike?
Paul LeBlanc.
It is Norman Webster. Who was the star of the movie Breathless? Steve?
John Travolta.
No? Not quite. Confederation? It was Richard Gere. What is the name for the Australian bird which means... Sandra?
Human.
No? The bird which means laughing jackass. St. Matthews. Dino?
Cockatoo.
It is Kookaburra. And finally, El Greco is now identified... Dino?
Realist.
No, he's identified as a master of Spanish painting, but he was in fact from Greece. What is his Greek name, Sandra?
Greece.
His name was Domenico Theotokopoulos. And our final score is 270. Congratulations to St. Matthews. They move on to the next round.
There's one question during the break I didn't know. I think St. Matthew was right that Tupper or somebody actually had the shortest span as Prime Minister. They would have been awarded the points and a reversal if it turns out to be close to right. Turner was short, but I don't think he was the shortest. But one of those who cares. Turner almost. That's another thing, yeah. It's hard to get the love. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, good. Good game. Good team. Yes.
And also, I think you were wrong when you overruled Pacific View.
What is that?
That was abstract pessimism. Those are two very
Yeah, I know. And then, so that's why it was good. But Kandinsky was the forerunner of Jackson Pollock, so
Yeah.
I'd have to say, yeah, that you could argue.